All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our user manual series. We're going to kill two birds with one stone here. I'm going to talk to you about the MCR and then the female tube adapters. So if we look at the MCR, kind of a cool thing we did was we made it so that it could attach to any plate bag by making it able to attach via shock cord or Velcro, right? So it'll come routed, but just for your knowledge, I'm going to show you a couple options here. If we take this side here, this little Velcro portion, we need this one to be on top. Okay, if it's like this and the cummerbund extends past the little flap on the rear plate bag, when it retreats a little bit, it could get caught. So it actually is pretty important that this Velcro guy is on top like that. And then you'll have two options. If you take your shock cord, you can route it through both of these columns of holes like that, just in and out, just like this. And I'll show you that this is, if you have a really heavy loadout, this might be optimal for you. You would just tie a little overhand knot here to secure that. If there's some extra stuff, like we'll leave that pretty long. You wouldn't want them to be super short, because as long as you keep them long, you have a couple of options. Like I said, if you have a really heavy loadout, this can support a lot of weight, but it doesn't have a lot of stretch, right? It has a little bit of stretch, but if you wanted more stretch, one of the things you can do is route this a little bit of a different way. So if I undo that, and it'll come like that, so you'll have to undo it, and you'd start from this point, right? Start by tying a little overhand knot in your shock cord, just like that. And then through either one of these columns, it doesn't really matter, but again, make sure that the Velcro portion here is on top. Either column, you're just going to do a single one. So instead of going through both columns, you're going to go through a single one, just like that. And then you'll notice when we get to the end, it has a lot more stretch. All right, so we'd imagine that we'd go to the other hand, or the other side, and we tie a little overhand knot. See, a lot more stretch. Okay, so if you tie your little overhand knot over here, and I'll try to do this real slow for you in case you don't know how to do that. It doesn't have to even be an overhand knot. It could be any knot, I guess. But this is just a very simple knot. Something as simple as that, right? Okay, so if I were you, what I would do is I would cut this, if you like this, very close to here. And here's why. You can use all of the rest of this if you change your mind and you want to do two strands again. Well, then this is like the other half. So you would do the same thing that you just did through the other column, utilizing the other half here, if that makes sense, right? Okay, so I'm going to undo this, but you do have those options for your method of attachment to the plate carrier, whether you want to do it via Velcro or this 1/8 inch shock cord. Now I want to tell you how to adapt or how to install these female tube adapters. These are pretty cool if you want to add the first spear tube's capabilities for the quick off capabilities that they give you. What you're going to want to do is start by undoing this Velcro one wrap here. Flip this over, and then I want to take this and I want to go this way. All right? If this is my little Velcro field here, I want to push this away from that as much as I can to start. I'll show you why in just a second. If I flip this back over, I'm just going to take this guy and hide that. And then when I take this and install it, I want this edge here to basically line up perfectly with the one wrap here, all right? And what I mean by that is I'll install it to where the one wrap is going just like that, as close to the edge as possible. That way, if we flip it to the other side, as much of the tube as is possible is hidden behind the cummerbund, right? That way that there's not like just a bunch of wasted space there. Other than that, though, it's a pretty easy installment. I mean, you just saw that. And that's it. We did it. That's all of the MCR and the female tube adapter installation.